ওকে, স্ক্রিনটা দেখা যাচ্ছে তো? আচ্ছা আচ্ছা, ধরো একটা আমি, আচ্ছা সবাই বাংলা জানো? কেউ নন বেঙ্গলি আছো? হ্যাঁ, নন বেঙ্গলি কেউ নেই তো? ইন্দ্রজিৎ, ইন্দ্রজিৎ বাংলা বোঝো?
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম।
আচ্ছা, তাহলে কোনো অসুবিধেই নেই, চলো। अच्छा, ब्रिज
मैम
कोर्स
मेरे को थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता है।
इसी का? ओके,
यस
non Bengali. Okay, then I shall continue in English. Okay. Okay, so this is your Excel one. Anybody know how to do, what to do with Excel thing? Nobody know, right? Okay, so in Excel, what we can do, those who are in BSc Statistics, they are going to learn one subject named as descriptive statistics, and with that you have one descriptive statistics practical, and eventually I am taking that one. Okay, when your regular classes will start, I shall take that one. Okay, anyway, Excel programming, or with if you have some data, then with that data in Excel, in every field you need to do, okay, something in Excel. So in Excel, what we can do, lot of things we can do. That simple thing I can show you here, that in Excel we can draw some graphs. Okay, here you see that these are column graphs. Okay, now these are line graphs. If you have data, you can plot. Then these are histograms. Then histograms like things are, these are pie charts are there. Okay, and these are scattered graphs are there. Okay, these are the things. Now other than this, here inbuilt so many formulas are there. Like if I can show you that, suppose you are going to make a table. Okay, in table you are putting serial number. Okay, serial number. So we need to put 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. This is very exhausting, right? So what we can do here, that if I put just 1 and then 2, okay, then select these 2 and select on this right side corner, you can see a dot, and if you put your click your mouse on this dot, you can see one plus sign, and holding that onto the plus sign, just drag it. Okay, how far you want to go, just drag. You can see that the numbering is there. Is it okay? All of you can see, na? Does anybody know this, that we can do this in Excel? Does anybody know this, that we
No,
can
ma'am,
do
it
this
was
in
new.
Excel? It was new. Okay. Then in serial number, suppose I'm putting your names. Okay, students' name. Some part I am going to show you here, that what we can do. So one by one, I'm just putting here Divanjan, then Debjyoti, Jyoti, Jyoti, Debjyoti, Hare Krishna. Okay, then Indrajit, then Nisika, then Joyitri, then Joyita, Manideepa. And I'm putting my name also. And I'm putting other faculty's name also. Arindam sir, Sumit sir, Lab sir, then Sudeep sir. Then who has taken Ranjit sir taken your classes. Ranjit sir, all the data I'm filling just here so that I can show you. Aditya sir, then Supriyo sir, then Avik sir, then Pradeep sir. Any other name? Okay, I'm keeping that 18 numbers. Okay. Now suppose these are the name of the students. Okay. Now I want to generate the ID numbers. Okay. So I am writing here that ID numbers. Okay. And these ID numbers I want to generate. Suppose in our university 2000 students already enrolled. After that, these 18 student enrolled, and I want to generate their ID number from 2001 to 2018. Okay, so just randomly I want to generate. So what I can do here? Here one in Excel, many formulas are there. You can see that here some formulas. Auto sum is there. Okay, if I so auto sum is there, or financial formulas are there, that these are the financial formulas. In auto sum portion, sum, average, count, maximum, minimum. In logical expression, if, false, and these are all the things you can do. Okay, just simple thing I am doing here, that one formula from this Excel in with formula. I'm taking just one thing. Whenever you want to use formula, always you need to put one equal sign. After that you can write anything. Okay, so what I will say that from 2001 to 2018 I want to generate ID numbers randomly and assigning them to the students. Okay, so I'm writing here that ran between. You see here that second one ran between. Okay, if we click here, you see that ran between, what it says, that returns a random number between the numbers you specify. Okay, so if I double click on that number, so you see that already ran between. This is the inbuilt formula you get. Now here what you need to specify, bottom value and top value. So bottom value I am putting as 2001 and the top value I am keeping as 2018. Okay, as I said, right? Put it. Okay. So 2001 to 2018 I am going to generate random values. Now the same way I am going to generate the random values for the other cells. So the same way, if you take your mouse here in this dot sign, you see a plus sign. When you get the plus sign, then you can drag. Okay, so take the plus sign, drag to the below portion, you drag it, you see that the numbers are randomly generated. Isn't it fun? So these are your ID numbers, they are randomly generated. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now let's put the genders. Okay, so I'm putting here genders. Now in the gender portion, if I can write down that, I can see that only male and female are there, so I'm just putting their genders. Male, then he is also male. Female, where is female? Here is female. Female. Okay. So Isika, Choita, Gayatri, Joita, Monidipa, Sutapa, female. Okay, another madam was there, Munimala madam. I'm keeping her name. Munimala madam. Okay, so here I'm putting 19, and if I drag that, I can put it here. So I'm keeping as from 2019 to here. So I'm dragging that one. Okay, each and every time if you click on that, you see that the random numbers will change. Okay. 2018, 2015. Maybe there are 2017 two times. Anyway. Okay. Now, now I'm suppose male, and here is another female. Control C, Control V. Okay. Now I'm keeping their ages same way. Keeping their ages. Okay. So it will be better if we put the C here. If we randomly generate ID numbers, we do not have the control over the random numbers generated. Okay. So now this time I can see that the random number generated, these are not, yes, again it is repeated. Okay, so for ID numbers, what I am doing here, that here I'm keeping the ID numbers as it is, that if it is started from 2001, then 2002. Okay, just I'm selecting these two and dragging them, so their ID numbers are there. Okay, since ID numbers cannot be repeated. Now in the age portion, I can do that random generation. Okay, what are their ages? So I'm doing the random generation, that the ages from, I'm selecting that from 20 to 40. All right. So here this is equal to run between 20 to 40. Don't mind whatever the ages are there with corresponding to you, 20 to 40. Yeah. 40. So suppose these are the ages of the students randomly generated. Okay. Now, suppose I am selecting one committee, suppose cultural committee, then sports committee, then magazine committee. These are the committees. These three committees I want to make. Okay. And within these three committees, I want to put the students. So how to put the students within these three committees? Okay. So committee name. Okay. Now in this committee name, what we can do, that this is equal to that I'm choosing. So here choose one function is there. In choose, what we can do, that chooses a value or action to perform from a list of values based on an index number. Okay, now what is index number? Suppose if I select these three columns, okay, then our index one, this first one will be, for the first column we put the index number 1. For the second, if we take the index number of the second column, we will put 2. Okay, indexing means from starting from last, how you are going through, according row wise or column wise. Okay, so anyway, here I am choosing. So you see here, choose. Suppose if I put here, suppose 1, then suppose I am keeping three values, that capital A, capital B, then capital C. Okay, if I take here 1, then if I enter, you see that it returns the value A. Okay, so you have three values I put here. If I put here 1, then the first this index means here the index number is 1. That means starting from here, the first value it will return. If I put here suppose 3, then you see that third index value you will get. So here for the choose, the syntax is you see that index number, then value 1, value 2, value 3, value 4, value 5. Like this way the values are going on. Whatever the index number you will put, that value will return. So if I put here, you see that C value return. All right. So suppose I want to make the committee like sports, then sports, then what I have said, cultural, okay, then technical, okay, then another suppose what committee? You said what committee we can take here? Sports, cultural, technical, then leadership. Suppose leadership. Is it boring for you? Are you getting bored with all of this?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No. No, no. Okay. So 4 committees we have. Then we are choosing. We are choosing the committee. Suppose a lottery is going on, and you want to choose the. You want to take any of the card from that one, and you will be selected to any of these committees. So I can put here instead of putting 3. Suppose if I put 3 here, if I enter, then you see that Devanjan is selected to the technical committee because the third index is 3. Okay, but we want a lottery here. So what we can we put here that we can put here the random numbers. Okay, so random between if I put here 1 to 4, 1 comma 4, because 4 committees are there. We have 4 committees. Okay, so if we since we have 4 committees, then we can generate the random that index numbers from 1 to 4 randomly. Whatever the index number will be there for each of the students, with respect to that committee will be selected. Okay, now you see here that the red sign is there, that means there is a error. So I have a error in bracket. So here one more bracket I need to put here. Okay, I think now it is okay. No. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, now it is okay. Okay, so here you see that random between 1 to 4. So Devanjan is now selected to cultural committee. That means for Devanjan, the random index number, the random value has been generated is 2. That's why he has been assigned to cultural committee. So like this way, I'm dragging this. So yeah, all of them are selected to some committees. All right. Okay, now suppose anyone want to find that suppose Hare Krishna from other department, that one student named Hare Krishna, in which committee he belongs. Anyone wants to know that. So if I have suppose 1,000 students name, okay, that would be difficult for me to scroll down and look for the student, where does he in which committee he belongs. Okay, that would be difficult. So there also one formula is there. Yeah, so suppose in which committee. So for that, suppose I'm putting here that there is one formula named VLOOKUP, I think. Yeah, I am forgetting that one. Yes, I'm writing this one. If it is correctly, if I can find it correctly, then it is okay. Okay. So we look up. Yes, we look up. Okay. Then we look up value. Suppose anyone want to find with ID numbers. Okay. With ID numbers, he want to know the details. Okay. That means what is the student name, what is the gender, what is the age, what is the committee, in which committee he belongs. Okay, so in VLOOKUP, we can find all the details corresponding to the lookup value. Okay, so suppose I am keeping here that the first one, the ID number, suppose this one, 2010. 2010, this ID number I want to find out what is the name of the student, what is the gender, etc., etc. Okay, so VLOOKUP value is your 2010. This is the ID number. Now we need to keep the array, table array, that all the details, what the data we already have. So this data already we have. So I'm selecting the array. So for selection, you can click here. Okay, and I'm telling you that either you can drag, select all this like this way with the mouse. Also, there is another way to select in the Excel, that you click here, then in your keyboard, keep the shift button, press. Then if you just click on the corner, then you can select all the matrix, all the portions. Okay, that is very fun thing. Okay, so I have selected these all the details, because the student name, gender name, age, committee member, committee name, all the details data I have. Okay, so I have selected. Okay, now I need to put the index number. So here is the index number. You see that corresponding to this ID number, we are looking for the details with these columns. So I have the data in these 4 columns. So if I can select this first column is your index 1, then index 2, then 3, then 4. These are your indexing. All right. So if I want to know the name of the student with the ID number 2010, what I can do? Here I can put here the index number, column index, suppose 1 for the student's name. If I put here, uh, nothing is there. I think some mistake I have done. No, taking keeping that column also. This will be because we are looking for the numbers in this first ID. I think it will be started from second too. No, again it is not happening. Yeah, here I have made, I think, mistake. Yeah, I need to select all these things. Yeah. You see, so here what we have taken that 2013, these are our ID number. Okay, C13, C13, no, 2010, these are our ID number 2010. So corresponding this ID number we want to find out. So let's take this one as this one. Okay, so I'm repeating again. So suppose here ID number I'm keeping, okay, 2010. Corresponding to this ID number, I want to find what is the name of the student. Okay, so what I can do, that we can put the formula as VLOOKUP. Okay, then I'm taking that ID number, that 2010, this ID number I want to find out. Then for this VLOOKUP, what is the syntax? That in the second one, we need to put the details, details data we have. Okay, so the details data, you see that from here to here, these are the all details data. So if I click on this box, so corresponding to this box, this is your C column, okay, and this is your fourth row. On the in this way on the column, and this in this way fourth rows are there. So C column C4. So here you see that C4 to, if we put it here, C4 to G22 we have selected. Okay, so C4 to G22, then comma, then we want to find out the name of the student. That's why if we select from select all these columns, 5 columns, then this is your first column, index number 1. This is your index 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2. Now if I put here suppose 5, okay, 5 means I want to know the committee name. Okay, the 2010 ID number, the students in which committee he belongs. Okay, if I click here, you see that in the sports committee. So 2010, you can see that he is in the sports committee. All right. In this way, you can find out. Suppose I'm putting here 2005. All right. So how can we find out? So here also 2005, or suppose 2016, then 2004. These are the values I want to find out. Okay. Again, this dragging thing is very fun thing in Excel, that you can drag. Okay, a leadership. Yes, leadership is there. If I drag, you see that here this was J4. Okay, here so for the next one, if I drag through the column, then J4 is there. Then for the same thing, the next, for the same column, the next row will be selected if I drag just the values. Okay, so here you see that J4 is there. In this way, if I drag, so what is the thing you see that J5 you get. Then in the next one you see that J6 you get. In the next you see J7 is you get. Okay, so if I drag through column wise, for each of the cell, you can see that for each of the cell, this is an array. Because if I select this cell, this is your column, your I, then row number is 11. Okay, so for this cell, the indexing will be I, okay, age, suppose I'm putting here age 11. This is the indexing. Okay, now if I drag it in column wise, you see that the row values are increasing. Okay, but if I drag it through row wise, then you can see that column values will be there. 11, 12, 13. No, in this way also these values are 8, 11, then 12, then 13. These values you will get. Okay, so whenever we will drag, that these values are changing. This 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, these values are changing. Okay, now when we drag these things, you see that J4 to 2010, J4 2010 in J4 is there, and you have selected from C4 to G22. Okay, now in the next thing, since we drag this one, here C4 to G22 is there. Here you see that G5 to G23 ho gaya. Okay, it becomes G5 to G23. Then G6 to G24. Also the table array has been changed, but we don't want to change this table array because we have all the data from C4 to G22 and we want to keep that array intact. Okay, so what we can do, that if we don't want to change this array but only this thing, what we can do here, that here we can put a dollar sign. Okay, so I am putting $1 sign, then it will not change, it will be as it is. that we can two indexing is there, that C column and fourth row. So I do not want to change the column as well as the row. So that's why you see that C4, okay, and so we put the dollar sign before C and dollar sign before row also. Here also I want to put the dollar sign before the column and dollar sign before the row numbering also. Now if I drag this, then you can see that it has not changed. You see that only the first one has been changed. Then I am going to the next one. You see that it is as it is not changed. Okay, only the first one has been changed. Then going to the next one, the array has not been changed. Okay, so you can check this, that 2010 is in technical committee, 2005 is in technical committee, 2016 is in cultural committee, 2004 is in sports committee. Okay, so in this way you can find out with this VLOOKUP whatever data you want to find out. Okay, up, up to this all the things are okay na?
Yes, ma'am.
और भी दिखाए, और क्या क्या कर सकते हैं, ग्राफ में जाए, जितना दिखाया इतना तक तुम लोग कर पाओगे एक्सेल में?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and the session is recorded, na? Okay, yes, the session is also recorded. So you can, if you just forgot the things, then you can start the recording things also. Download this one, then you can try. Okay, if you try this, it will be okay. Now, suppose I want to find out the frequency. Okay, frequency means that from these students, okay, how many female and how many males are there, that I want to know. Okay, or suppose how many students are in sports committee, how many students are in leadership committee, how many students are in technical and cultural committee, that I want to know. Okay, so for that what we can do here, that this is your header, so I am putting this one, that all borders, and this one I am putting in bold. This is our header. Okay, so from this one, either you want to you need to count that 1 2 3 4, then 5 6 7 8, like this way you need to count, or you can put a formula where you can count it easily. Okay, so there is a quick thing, that to count how many male and females are there, that is termed as frequency. Actually, when you learn the statistics, you will know. So I'm selecting this one. Okay, I want to know how many male and female are there. Then in the upper bar, you see that after home there is one insert. Go to insert. Then in insert, you will get one pivot table. Click on that. Okay. Then this thing will generate, that create pivot table. Select a table or range. Already I have selected this range. That's why this has been there, that E3 to E22. You see here E3 to E22 up to this. All right. Now this frequency I want to calculate this frequency in another worksheet. So when I click this new worksheet, and existing worksheet is there. Okay, so when I click new worksheet, then here sheet 1 is there, another sheet will be generated here. Okay, so I just want to find out this one in another worksheet, so I'm clicking on that. Okay, so you see that sheet 2, another worksheet has been generated. Now in this particular place, I want to calculate that thing. Okay, how many males and how many females are there? So these are in the category gender. So click on that gender. Okay, so row label is gender has been selected. Now if I this one, I need to drag it over here. This one already dragged, or yes. Hmm. Yes, this is the row value and column value. Okay, I need to select the two things. Okay, these two things, all the things I need to select. Okay, so I'm selecting these things. I'm deleting this column. I forgot actually all the things. Yes. So I'm selecting all these things. Then where? Insert. Then click on the pivot table. Then going for new worksheet. Yes. Then I'm putting this one in here. Then putting this one in here. Count is there. It is showing this one. Okay, let me do it once again. Pivot, new worksheet. I don't know why it is not counting here. Okay, this is not working here, so I am showing you another way. Okay, so suppose this gender, male and female, I'm writing here that control V, and here is male, then female. All right. Now I want to find out that how many male and female are there. So I'm putting here that this is denoting as frequency. Okay, frequency. Okay. So there is one formula like counter if, count if. So whenever we will put some formula, then we need to put equal sign. So I'm putting equal sign, then count if. Okay, count if जो formula है, this is one formula which we can put under that this count number the cells within a range that meets the given condition. This is a conditional statement. Okay, that it will count that values only which value within that range. Okay, so if I double click on that, so first I need to put the range. Okay, so where is the range? The range is from here to here, this up to this. So I'm selecting that one, this range. Okay, then criteria is I want to find out the number male, so I am putting this one male. All right, this is your male. That in J4 I have written down male. I want to count male within this range. Okay, now close this, enter. You can see that total 13 males are there. Number of male is 13. Okay, now in the same way, if I drag this, we can count the female. But the thing I have said that in the female, you see that whenever we drag, it has been counted from E5 to 23. E5 means here to this 23. If there is one female, then our calculation would be wrong. That's why we do not want to change this range. So if we do not want to change the range, then what we can do, we need to put here $1 sign. Here we put $1. All right. Yes. Okay. So this is your $. Now drag this. Okay. So you can find that total male and female are 13 and 13 male and total 6 females are there. Okay. Similarly, this count if statement we can do for this committee also. That committee name name and their frequency. Okay. So the committee name is sports, then technical. Okay. Sports, then technical, then cultural, then leadership. Okay. So these are the committee names I want to find out. So here I am putting the same way is equal to count if. Here is your count if. The range would be this thing and we want to put it under lock. So $, we lock the range. Okay. Lock it, then comma, then criteria is how many students are in sports committee I want to find out. So in sports you see that three students are in sports committee. You can check here, there will be, now there is 4. Okay, no one is now there is 4 because I have generated here random generation, that's why it has been changing each and every time. So these are the sports. Okay, now you can create some graphs. Okay, just one graph I'm showing you here with this one, that in order to take the graphs, two-dimensional graphs, bar graph or line graph, anything you can plot here, or pie chart, anything you can plot here. So suppose I am selecting this thing. So here this will be your in graph. What are the things that two labels of axes are there, x-axis and y-axis. There is the name of a x-axis label, then there is the name of the y-axis label. Okay, so if I select this one, that means here this will be your name of the axis label, and these are your data: sports, technical, cultural, leadership. This will be on x-axis, this will be your frequency label. So let's draw the graph. So I have selected, then click on the insert. Okay, then I'm drawing one, suppose bar graph, 2D column graph. Okay, so if I click on that, yes, this will be column graph will be generated. You can see here, this is your column graph. Okay, so you see here that here the frequency, so here this name we can change anything, change in our way, that committee graph, committee graph. Okay, so here in this way you see that sports, technical, cultural, leadership committee is there, and in this way the numbering is there, and with that labeling you can see that in the sports committee there are 4 people, in technical committee there are 6 people, cultural committee there are 2 people, leadership committee there are 7 people. So from this graph also you can say, okay, with this thing. Now from with this graph you can edit this labeling. Okay, if I want to label this axis label, this is called x-axis, this is called y-axis. If I want to label that axis label, then here in this left hand side upper corner you can see that add chart element is there. So I want to give the axis title. primary horizontal, so axis title is there, that is committee name. Committee name. Okay. Now, same way, here suppose I want to give primary vertical here, number of students. Okay, number of students. So here axis title you give here. Now, suppose here primary horizontal chart title I want to give. Chart title will be above or center. Okay, so if in the above I want to give, this is your chart title. So this is suppose committee chart. Okay, committee chart. This is your committee chart. Okay. Now so many things you can do actually here. If you put in the plus sign, you see with this graph there is plus sign, data level, data table, error bars, all the things will be there. Then here if you put this filter, or suppose if you click on this format data series, then you can see all the things. Suppose this gap you want to remove from here. Okay, from sports technical committee. So if I just vanish this gap, it will look like this one, and this is actually called histogram. I think you have heard of this, that what is histogram. Okay, so in this way we can do many things here. So this is our bar graph. Now with that also we can find that pie chart. Just today I'm showing you one pie chart is here. Two-dimensional pie chart I am drawing here. This is your pie chart. Okay. Now from this pie chart you can see. Okay, this one I'm okay. From this pie chart also you can see that this blue color, this is your sports portion, then this is your technical, this red color, that in technical total number of people 6. So if I want to data labels put here, so here I can put the data labels, that means how many data are there here, 2, 6, 4, these are the data labels you can find out. Okay. Then other things also are there. Suppose format data labels here, suppose a value from sale if you put here, percentage if you want to show. So here you can see that percentage will be there, that if total is 100, okay, then 4 means 25%. Total is sorry, here how many people are there? 7 plus 2 9, 9 plus 6 15, then 19 students are there. So out of 19, 4 people are in sports quota. So what is the percentage? 21%, then 32%, 10%, 37%. Like this way you can create the data labeling. All right. So these are another way of representing the data. Representing the data. Okay. Now, if you want to sum or average all the things, so if you just put here, just you can try anything actually. Just put one equal sign. Then I want to count all the sum of these numbers. Sum of these numbers. Then sum. Then put first bracket. Then select the range. In which range you want to sum the numbers. Then click. This is your sum. So total 19 students are there. Okay. So these are the ways you can do the things in the Excel. There are many things in Excel. If you come with some of the problems, then I think I can show you with the Excel. You can do a lot of things. Okay. Is this okay with all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. ঠিক ঠিক লাগলো তো?
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম।
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, চলো তাহলে নেক্সট দিন
Yes.
যখন তোমার তোমাদের ক্লাস শুরু হবে তখন আবার যাদের স্ট্যাট আছে তাদের ডেসক্রিপটিভ স্ট্যাট শুরু হবে, ঠিক আছে? আচ্ছা, এখানে তোমরা স্ট্যাটিস্টিক্স এর দুজন আছো বললে না, কে কে? জয়িত্রী আর জয়িত্রী আর জয়িতা, আর বাকিরা? হ্যাঁ,
আমার গ্র্যাজুয়েশন স্ট্যাটিস্টিক্স হয়ে গেছে।
ও আচ্ছা, তোমার এমএসসি টেক তাহলে, তাই তো?
আমার বিএসসি আছে।
আচ্ছা, দীপজ্যোতি আছো, দীপজ্যোতি আর জয়িতা আছো বিএসসি তে, তাহলে তোমাদের ক্লাস নেব। আর বাকিরা, ইসিকা ইন which program you have?
Ma'am, BSc Math Honors.
BSc Math Honors, okay. BSc Math Honors Isika. Others? Debanjan?
Ma'am, I am PG,
PG Mathematics, right?
Applied Math.
Applied Math. Hare Krishna?
PG Applied Maths.
আচ্ছা, তার মানে পিজি ম্যাথে আছো দেবাঞ্জন, হরে কৃষ্ণ। বিএসসি ম্যাথে ইসিকা। ইন্দ্রজিৎ?
ম্যাম বিএসসি ম্যাথ।
ইন্দ্রজিৎ, আচ্ছা। মণিদীপা?
ম্যাম পিজি ম্যাথ।
পিজি অ্যাপ্লাইড ম্যাথমেটিক্স, তাই তো? আচ্ছা,
হ্যাঁ ম্যাম,
মনে
হ্যাঁ
থাকবে।
ম্যাম।
মনে থাকবে। তার মানে অ্যাপ্লাইডে তোমরা 3 জন, বিএসসি তে 2 জন, আর হচ্ছে এখানে 2 জন, আর এখানে 1 জন। ওকে, মনে থাকবে। ওকে, থ্যাংক ইউ, অল অফ ইউ ক্যান লিভ।
Thank you, ma'am.